What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here, the Odd Shopper channel, coming to with a post-smash edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video, goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Just winners everywhere. 2-0 on this program. Yet again, talked about 1 through 4 of the Oakland A's, and you got 2 home runs from Shane Langoliers and Tyler Soderstrom. If you fired those ones up, obviously, Tyler Soderstrom ends up being a nice piece for the pick'em card, and that ends up cashing as Lawrence Butler got rebooted by Prize Picks, got pulled after 2 at-bats inside of the first 5 innings. Didn't ask for it. I mean, that just is fluke luck. But what wasn't fluke luck? We ended up having the Kyle Schwarber pick 6 home run boost, in addition to less than 17 and a half outs for Chris Bassett. That ends up cashing. So we cashed both pick'em cards for today. In addition to a evisceration, I mean, Casey Schmidt over 1.5 hits plus runs plus RBIs. He goes yard in San Diego. The lone run, I think, still in that game. I'm recording just after 11 p.m. Eastern time, 8 p.m. Pacific time. We end up having the 2-pick parlay. Shohei Ohtani under 6.5 strikeouts, just smashes. Under 5.5 smashes. Hurston Waldrop over 4.5 total strikeouts. He smashes. Jahmai Jones. We had just a hit for him leading off for Detroit there. Talked about some of the lefties in the Houston pen, and, well, it didn't matter because he just hit a single off of Valdez in the second time around. It was in the second inning because they had all 9 bad in the first inning. Valdez, don't know what's going on there. And Henio Suarez on Lindy long balls. Again, I could just recap over and over again. It's really fun to go on runs like this. Oh, yeah, Kadai Senga over 2.5 total earned runs. We end up cashing that one, neutralizes some of the Bailey over as we got hooked on that one. But overall, I mean, I can't ask for more. The Mets did just enough today, and the day before we got all the Mets, so wild times for that. Seattle and Philly, they end up going over 11 runs there for Philly. Whatever. You don't care about what's going on here now. I just recapped a million winners because it was a fantastic day yet again. And, well, if you guys want to jump into the Discord, I think now's a pretty good time. MLB's going quite well. $10 for a week, $25 for a month, down using code Tails Lindy at the link below, the first one down there. And then obviously we got Be Like Lindy, join Tails today. There's a lovely link down there. If you guys are interested in doing what I do, if you think you can do what I do, we'll fire it up. Would love to see you. I don't know if anybody can do what I'm doing lately. I mean, I'm running so good. It's unbelievable. This has been like a month of a sun run. Since middle May, it has been an absolute sun run, not just in the Discord, but on this program too. If you've enjoyed it, hit that like button for me. Let's get to the play, shall we? Again, not even anything fancy. I'm literally just sitting here talking into the camera. I'm producing everything, putting graphics together for you every day. I'm just in the habit of, just putting out good content and trying to do the best I can every day. And that's been enough. It's been insane. Absolutely insane. So let's keep it going. Let's be forward facing. Let's not look in the past. Let's learn from the past. But I like learning about winning. We got Kurtz 2 walks. I mean, this is in the corner there, in the corner there. I mean, Nick Kurtz is getting the respect of like a bazillion-year vet. I mean, the way that you had Bailey Ober pitch to Nick Kurtz today was hilarious. You would have thought Nick Kurtz was the greatest baseball player ever. But here's the thing. I'm not saying he isn't, but he's very, very good. 12.6% walk rate. Roman Anthony actually higher, closer to the 14%. We'll talk about that one. Luis Heel on the mound, that's a little different. But for this one, Minnesota has a number of different arms that we could potentially use. Pearson Ole has been like a bullpen guy, so I doubt we end up utilizing him. I think you get the Jose Urena start. 12.8% K rate, 8.3% walk rate. I mean, can't believe Jose Urena is potentially pitching for my baseball team. But we've done some like opener stuff. We've done some other stuff if we need to. And obviously we are short in the arm department with Pablo Lopez, 4 kids. And I got to take all of that Ask Showbiz on the IL like eternally, it would seem. Texas, money line. I'm not really a big fan of this one. I saw that they kind of did some extra work in extras today. Or was it extras for them? I think it was just regular standard beating that ass, I think is probably what it was, finishing it out. Yeah, nine innings. But 6-3, they found a way to get that W. Vinny Pasquantino goes yard for a 3-run homer, and Kansas City doesn't score the rest of the game. You play to win the game. Duh. Shout out Herm Edwards. Shout out football. Shout out Iowa State playing on Saturday morning, my alma mater. I'm going to be wearing my Cardinal and gold, ready to rock, ready to roll, because I got to know. But it's Patrick Corbin. It's Michael Lorenzen. It's 2 pitchers I absolutely hate. But yet, kind of want to double back on the weather here. Again, we've got some pretty good weather. We've been running pretty well in the weather department here this week. The Atlanta one needed that one to come through in order to hit that wall strip over 4.5 strikeouts for that parlay. Again, just a baby parlay. Just put $1 and get a car. Put $1 and get a car. Henio Suarez goes yard. Very happy today. Yeah, we're going to find something in that game. Probably going to be attacking those pitchers in one way, shape, or form. But right now, Texas money line, for some reason, the best I got. I've avoided these Milwaukee landmines the last 3. Now losers of 3 in a row. And you got son of a priest, a man who I've constantly said is pitching over his head. And Shota Imanaga out there. Wind is blowing in hard. A lot of people I saw on over 7 there. I think it ended up pushing in the end, which is in the end. I don't know why. I don't want to justify. Well, that's a different song. Anyway, Milwaukee money line. When you've got Shota Imanaga, one of the more overrated pitchers in baseball, in my opinion, but looks like the wind's going to be blowing in yet again. Pay attention to it. Colorado plus 1.5. Shohei Ohtani just left that game like 20 minutes ago, partially because the Dodgers got their faces smashed in 8-3, and he got his face smashed in. I was on the under of his strikeouts, no big deal. Came through in hefty fashion. But I don't know if he plays baseball now on Thursday. I don't know to the extent of this leg injury, what exactly it is, but I do know the Colorado plus 1.5. Plus 160 right now, plus 170 I saw at Novig a second ago. I think it just got unleashed. Let me double check. Isn't it cool that you have this iPhone mirroring thing on everybody's desktops and laptops now? I think it's pretty, yeah, there you go. Novig plus 170 still. Okay, interesting. Might have to take another look at that one. Because everybody wants to play Colorado plus 1.5 in Coors. San Diego minus 1.5 here. Got to pay close attention to this one with Justin Verlander and Dylan Cease. He will cease to exist. Well, no, Dylan Cease has been awesome since the trade deadline, where it was just like, hey, we'll actually keep you in the end. And it's like, yeah, if you're trying to win a freaking title this year, you're going to need Mr. Dylan Cease pitching great. But Justin Verlander, I feel bad for him. Actually, I don't. He's married to Kate Upton. What a jerk. Anyway, Roman Anthony to round it out. This is actually out of the 6 plays over here, the one I have the most interest in. Now, Colorado plus 1.5 is pretty close now that I see that it's identical. But entering this one, I always like to give you guys a little bit of an idea of where I'm at. But I do have 3 plays on a 9-game slate, which is more than 2 plays yesterday on a full 14-game slate. So just 2 teams that had it off yesterday. But the point is, Luis Hill walks everybody. He walks his dog because he's a respectful human being. And then he walks every hitter imaginable at times. 13.1% walk rate yet again this season. 12.1% last year. Nothing has changed. Something has changed within me. Actually, nothing has, because I just keep firing this up. 50% off the weekly or monthly. Again, the Discord's been awesome. I don't know what else to tell you. Also, yeah, that's my iPhone. I can't believe it stretches all the way over there, and you can see that there. That's my dog. Oh, yeah, we got this too. I talked about that earlier. Be Like Lindy, join Tails today. Would love to see you guys, but we got a lot to get to. 3 plays on a shorter slate on Thursday. I don't make the rules. I just simply tell you when I can try to win you bets, and I think I have an edge. And, well, here are 3 of them that I do. To the likes we go. And also that link for Be Like Lindy, join Tails today. 2 links down. Click it around. Let's get to the place. I'm going to grab a drink of water quick as we begin. Because I get to do what I want. Back-to-back sweeps on this program. And, yeah. Do I even want NFL to show up anymore? Yeah, I do. Because I really love watching football. And I really like betting it. Even though, well, just seems that my results are just going to be exponentially better in MLB and NBA forever. So we'll find something. We'll find something content-wise that I can throw out there for the people. But Shohei Ohtani will return to the lineup Friday, has a scheduled off day on Thursday. That just came through. Let's bet Colorado plus 1.5. What if I do that live? Oh, boy. I'm literally going to do this while I'm on this show. Here we go. Here's this number. Oh, there's a plus 2.5. Flip. We're not going to do that, are we? Yeah, we are. There's plus 170 at DK. Okay. Let's throw this into the calculator. Ohtani is out for tomorrow. Go. Okay. Got that in on Flip. And let's see, DK. Maybe I fire up a plus 1.5 too. This is very frustrating to do on air. Whatever. Money doesn't sleep. And neither do I. All right. I'll timestamp it here. 10-10. I'll remember that. We begin with the Mets taking on Washington, Sean Manaea versus Mackenzie Gore. Mackenzie Gore is somebody whose velocity has changed drastically at times over the course of his last few starts. Now, did Mackenzie Gore have a decent start once upon a time here or there? Yeah, he started off the season in blazing Hills fashion. 28.4% K rate, but that's come precipitously down, and now he's over a 4 ERA, 3.87 expected ERA. But the main thing to point out here is against San Francisco, he went ballistic. 10 strikeouts, 6 innings pitched. That was in San Francisco, the best pitcher's park, and San Francisco is a ball of dust. Then he goes up against Philly, 7 strikeouts there, got the 2 earned, so just enough there to potentially, we'll see. The whole point here is that this is a Mets team with everything to play for nonstop because they've spent eternal amounts of money here on their program. And you got Sean Manaea on the other side, who I think has been really good, 27% K rate, 5% walk rate, but I do expect negative regression for the walks. In 2023 and 2024, he was sitting north of 8%, sitting at 8.5%, in fact, and now he's at 5%. All right, let's do a little bit of adjustment, unless he's just become like the master locator. I'm the master of this guy. He's a Can't believe that came to my brain. But 7 strikeouts, 4 earned against the Mariners, 4 earned against the Mets, 5 earned against the Guardians. Last 3 have not been very clean, and that was after 4 consecutive 1 earned run outings. I think there's a pretty easy explanation. As you get stretched out, as you get more pitches into your allotment, you can't just come out and flamethrow for like 50, 60 pitches. You got to be stretched out. You got to get further into games. Now that's what's expected of Sean Manaea, whereas earlier he was going 65, 69, 82 pitches. Now it's been mid-80s, and it has been problematic. I think you got to jump on that one right now. We got the Metsies and Washington. Over 7.5, -140. Yes, inside of -120 is fine. I love this hook, though, mainly because, and I know that like an 8 automatically turns into it. If it's 4-4, that's the whole thing. But I like having 5-3 covered for the win in this kind of capacity, especially 2 teams that just continually put up runs against each other here. One time it's Mets going berserk. Next time it's Washington going berserk. And Washington, more than a functional offense, I love Dylan Cruz. I think Dylan Cruz is going to be a generational ball player. And the next, he might be next year's Pete Crow-Armstrong for me. Just was hurt, and his expected numbers were incredible, and his actual numbers were abysmal to start off the season. I was excited to make some money on him. I've dabbled a little bit here and there. Houston taking on Baltimore, and I don't know who we end up getting here in terms of like exact starter for Houston, but I think it ends up being this Alexander fellow. And if it ends up being this Alexander fellow, boy, oh boy, oh boy, I think we want to be attacking with some Baltimore bats. Now, you had Adley Rutschman get scratched. We'll see if he ends up back in this lineup catching. They ended up having Mr. Jackson. They have one of the best prospects in baseball from the left side here as well that's up there that can catch as well. So they've got some different guys they can rotate in if Rutschman is unavailable. But the hefty total there at 9. I'm in love with one play, though. Brandon Young has homer problems. Now, 211 expected ISO against lefties. It's a pretty good thing to have when you're a left-handed bat on the other side. Yeah, it's not very good to have when you're wearing the Baltimore uniform and you're supposed to get strikeouts. Only a 17% K rate against lefties as well. But the main thing is Houston doesn't have a lot of those lefties except for Jesus Sanchez, newly acquired. They needed lefties. They need to wait. Yordan Alvarez back, not back in the lineup for this, but he's been designated into a AAA role here, so he's going to start getting built up. And we'll see when we see him again. That's going to be a fun way to stagger the top of that lineup. Jesus Sanchez in the 2-hole, Yordan Alvarez in the 4-hole, a cleanup. It's going to be scary if Houston can get Josh Hader back healthy, because they could just bullpen up games, and they have the lefty power to be able to compete that they really, it was obviously not present. They were rolling out 8-9 righties almost every single time, even against right-handed pitching. So Jesus Sanchez plus 360 is my break-even number for him. So you get anything better than that, I'm expecting this to be in the 4s for what it's worth. Again, these are the expected numbers. If it ends up below that, I apologize. So we can make that the lean like. That's what we're talking about. Haven't had a home run play on the last 2 cards. Wild that my guy Jesus Sanchez. We've cashed a lot of hits plus runs plus RBIs with him in Miami. Cashed one of them. We're 1-1 actually, so we're down a tiny bit in a Houston uniform on him. I hate that I know that off the top of my head. I just remember everything. I'm like a sponge, maybe a SpongeBob SquarePants. St. Louis taking on Tampa, rounding out our program. Hit that like button for me if you would, because we got Sonny Gray. Gray's his favorite color. Want to be so symphonic yesterday. Mr. Jones and me. Well, Jahmai Jones is actually who? Jahmai Jones. Who? Jahmai Jones. Back then, people did not want him. Now he is hot. People are all on him. And by people, I mean hoes. So we got Sonny Gray taking on Joe Boyle. And boy, Joe Boyle rules. Except for he sucks when it comes to giving up a lot of walks. 12.9% walk rate. That got him off to a bad start in San Francisco. Didn't get a lot of length out of that. And San Francisco came to party in that one. It's coming off hot and heavy off the bat. 92.5 average exit velocity for opposing batters. So Joe Boyle's giving up hard contact. It's fly ball, 21 degree. That's what happens when you have 55% four-seam usage and you throw it 100 102. But I do think you could see like 4 or 5 clean innings from him against this St. Louis lineup in its current construction. I mean, they don't have a lot to play for. They do have hitters, Wilson Contreras, Ivan Herrera. From the left side, Alec Burleson, Nolan Gorman starting to come on a little bit stronger here in the last month, doing what people kind of expected from him all year long. But I know Tampa lost a interesting, I'll call it an interesting ball game today, going into extras against the Yankees, but can't give me plus money against St. Louis at home with Joe Boyle. I get Sonny Gray's been all right, but he gives up a 9.7% barrel percentage, and you get guys like Yandy Diaz, who should be back in this line, Junior Caminero, Brandon Lau, and Bob Seymour, who got the monkey off his back right away. This guy is a lefty with crazy power in AAA. We'll see if it can come to fruition here. He'll be in the lineup, I would assume, for Tampa today, but love the idea of getting plus money on Tampa at home against the Cardinals. Alrighty, y'all. One more time for the people in the back. 50% off the old Discord. Hey, things are going well. I really don't have anything else to say because, I mean, it kind of speaks for itself. And that does it for another edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Let me know if you tailed me on anything today because, well, there were 2 plays from yesterday's video. They both hit. And here in the Discord, we had a laundry list of things, both picking cards. I'm done. It's not even bragging. It's just facts. I didn't even put anything on my TV. Love you guys. Let's get ourselves the heck up out of here. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets. We'll see you back here for Friday's slate.